next gen power, feel the might. Lit up with electric neon light. Every frame is smooth, the data streams. Living out our high-tech digital dreams. Ultra efficiency, a future so bright. Power within, a blazing light.
Welcome to PC Builders Bootcamp. So what's first? We start with the classics. Then we build the future. Awesome. Let's start it. You've all seen my prerequisite video titled The Beginner's Guide to Planning Your PC Build. Now, in this series, you've build must a customer. Who remembers the first step here? Where do we begin?
Establish the use case.
Exactly. What is after that?
Establish a budget.
Correct. And then? How do you build a PC? Component by component, make a short list of what we will buy. Keep one eye on compatibility and the other on the cost. The computer actually builds itself. At this point, we leverage online resources, which saves us time. We home in on what we buy and where we buy it from. Everyone, please turn on your computers and go to pcpartpickers.com. All right, class, click on the Start Your Build button and go top to bottom. We begin by applying our budget and use case to the CPU. Let me share my screen.
Mike's Tech Shorts here. We are building a computer. We're going to choose the components. We're going to let PC Part Picker be one of our guys. I've already done some research on this. I will be able to go through the filters after I click Start Your Build. I'm going to click Start New, and on the left side, we go from top to bottom. That's the idea. We're going to choose a CPU. My research has indicated that Intel is about to change their socket, which means that this computer that we build, if we used Intel, it may not make 10 years. We're going to choose AMD for that reason, if no other. Price is another one, but the threads and the cores, we'll get to that. Performance clock, we'll get to that. However, I do know that we do want to choose the Ryzen 7. It's in the middle right now of what's available, 579. The 9s are a little bit too expensive for us, a lot of bit too expensive for us, and we're going to go with the AM5 socket. See, this is the LG 1851 Intel that's being replaced. I think it's 1954. That's the number of pins anyway. We're not going to go with those. For this build, it's AM5 for sure. Integrated graphics. On the motherboard, we don't really need it because it's going to come from the CPU. And includes cooler. I'm not going to use it, but I don't want to eliminate it for that reason. Nonetheless, we're down to 11, and so I'm going to go by price at some point. Low to high is the direction I'm going. Integrated graphics required. So we have Radeon 7M, and Radeon. So once I've clicked up to 4, I can compare selected, which is one thing really wonderful about PCPartPicker.com. I can scroll through and look for the ones. This is the core family. Threads and counts are all the same. These are looking good on the performance clock. These two on the left. That one's a little faster. However, this one has the better integrated graphics. For that reason, we're going to choose this one and add this to the build. Again, I've done my research. CPU cooler. We're going to go ahead and get one. That's the one that we're going to get. It's priced within our build criteria. We're going to click Add from Selection. We're going to choose a motherboard. There we are. Motherboard. Myself, I've had a lot of good luck with Gigabyte and MSI lately. I like them both very much. It will be an AM5, and I did my research, and we're going to nail it down to these 3 chipsets. 850, 870, and 87E. All of the 870E, these are all 3 going to be future-proof. We can drop in a higher CPU later. Memory type's going to be DDR5. Thank you. Oh, we're going to also require at least one 5x4 M2 slot and at least one other extra M2 slot. And so we're down to here. Let's go ahead and draw down our price a little bit. We're going to say under $310 on this, and then we're going to sort by price, low to, oh wow. Okay. So these are contenders here, and we'll be able to once again compare 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That brings us between $200 and $140. And we're going to compare selected. Here we are. And this one, I believe, generally speaking, would be the newer one, the 870E. And we're going through the specs again. The onboard Ethernet being 5 gigabyte is a real plus because this particular job has the router right next to the computer. So I did my research and found out that this one is micro ATX, so we don't want that one. We're going to go with ATX for this one. My research pointed me to this motherboard. We're adding that. We're going to choose memory. Basically, it comes down to this. What we want is what they call AMD Expo on the memory. Price, haha. If we can keep it under $400, that would be nice. This is the year 2026. Well, memory prices have skyrocketed. We're going to get two 16 gigabyte sticks. We're going to put one pair in. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror if I gave 2 8s on that. We can't afford two 32s. We're going to go a little heavy and just get the two 16s. What we're looking for here really is some quality RAM, but we're going to bundle it. We're just going to put a number in here. I'm thinking we'll get it for about $375. We'll choose this one and add it. That's going to be flexible because we're going to go to Micro Center or Newegg bundle and get a reduction specifically on the RAM price. Now we're going to choose storage. I found out that there is a new king on the block when it comes to 1 terabyte SSDs. We are getting a 5x4, and that's all I want to look at right here. Because we're going to get, I think it's a 2280. I think it's this one. And then we're going to, in this case, put in the one that I found. Crucial's been running this market, but just in the past month, PNY came out with our dream, and it is that one, PNY CS3250. When you're building these systems, this new type of hard drive is nominal. It just makes all the difference in the world on the computer that we're going to build. Video card, well, we're going to skip that for now. He can add one in a couple of years. The case, I'm liking RAID Max cases because of the airflow. I'll tell you that right now. So we're going to choose one of these RAID Max cases. I don't see the one that I want on here. I want a Vortex 219. Do I see Vortex? There's one. But there's no price next to it. Anyway, that's not the one that I want. So what I'll do, these are relatively in this price. I'm going to just add this to my part list. What I'm doing is kind of spitballing it here. I'm going to choose a power supply. Found out that the ones using Japanese capacitors in the low budget neighborhood where we are, I can get a Sama. We need the Sama GT, and we want it to be, well, let me put that in there. We want it to, 650 is good enough. If there it is, right there on top. And so I'll just add that. That's a done deal. And the next thing that we're going to choose is operating system monitor. That's going to be on a separate deal there. Accessories, same thing. So we've got our price right here, $1,231. Well, we have a budget of $1,200. I'm hoping to shave that off a little bit. Keep in mind that if you feel like it, you can buy directly from Parts Picker. You just start buy, and bye goes the money, and you will be having a wonderful system when you're done. Two more things I'd like to mention at the top. One is it's green right here. That means it's done its compatibility check automatically. This is a good thing for us beginners. And the wattage that we're going to be using is 186. In the future, when I drop a 375 watt card in there, that'll be 550. I don't know. Maybe I should get to 750. Because I might have to get to 750. Let's go back to the PSU. And we will make it this one. We're going to add that. Is there an add button? Oh, right there. Now we're set. Bump up a little bit, $1,235 there. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This is how you use PC Part Picker. This is where you go to choose your components. The next series of videos will show you how to put those components in the box.
Okay, class, if you have not done so already, save your builds using the Save Build button and then email the link to me. To review, using this online tool helps narrow down our PC component options by process of elimination. It also checks for compatibility, plus offers a cost estimate. We also get the system wattage calculation, which we use to choose our PSU. We use AI chats before we run this tool to identify the filters that we will be using. Who can tell me what we do now that we have our PC build component list? We double check that our use case goals have been met. Perfect. Use AI to do that. I'm a grok man myself. So, tomorrow we build. Bring thermal paste to butter our CPUs and Velcro ties for cable management. Class dismissed.
To get the most from your personal computer, each component is individually scrutinized, applying potential capabilities to needs and wants. Every detail and feature contribute towards filtering to become the optimal final product. Today's AI mode chats, along with all-encompassing computer build websites, enabled us to perfectly tailor a dream machine for an individual. These are the key takeaway tactics used in the first video of a series documenting the creation of a computer. My tips for success here are to thoroughly scan the system's use case, cleverly research filters, and harness AI and HI so as to exclude every option except one in each PC part. The goal is really to decide what not to use. The truth is that I am more of an interpreter than I am a computer builder. This PC built itself.